This is the good stuff right here.
Time to get her wet or what?
Yeah, she's about to get real wet. Real wet.
Oh, first start time. Well, first start with the new transmission. Oh, and long tube headers.
And long tube headers. Yeah.
Oh, and without a fuel leak.
Yeah, and then I feel like it's definitely be a lot less restricted than it was before. The fuel system was definitely restricted.
Oh yeah,
because I always used to have that like like it was on E85 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I remember that.
Dude, it used to always.
Whenever you turn the key and make that noise, that.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Weird ass sound. Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to put a remote start on this thing, because I didn't want to like it do that. You know.
Yeah, I'd be sitting out there doing that in the parking lot till it freaking dies. Yeah. What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. So today's finally the day, man. Chawp is back. Well, fingers crossed, right?
Fingers crossed for sure.
Yeah.
We haven't heard it run since it was on the trailer.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Braven put the new oil pressure sensor in there, 150 psi oil pressure sensor to solve that problem. He ran all new AN lines. Well, he ran all new line for the areas that he is having problems, and he used PTFE so that he is capable of running E85 in this thing, because he found out it does have a factory, what's it called again? Flex fuel sensor. It's got a factory one in there, though currently I don't think that the tune that's on this thing is tuned for E85, but at least he has it there for the future. And all the AN line that he added to this is E85 safe, as well as the factory line should already be, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, if it's from factory, you're capable of putting corn fuel in this son bitch, then it should be good enough to put corn fuel in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But the thing's also got a brand new transmission, in which, bro, I noticed in the footage of you like unwrapping the transmission and putting it in, you didn't tell them nothing about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think I did.
Whenever he got this thing back, he was under the impression that the transmission was blown, in which it wouldn't move. The guy that had it said that there was a whole lot of crunching, like some really terrible sounds going on inside of this thing whenever you try to shift into gears. It turned out it was the torque converter.
Yeah, it's the converter.
So the torque converter that was in it was from FTI.
Yeah, FTI converter.
Yeah, and it fell apart. So there's a weld in there. Long story short, there's a weld in there that needs strength. They grind that weld down in order to make clearance for other things. Just to be blunt, like to be vague.
Yeah,
I guess to say.
Just to be vague. It's just clearance, and that's why.
So he took the converter in over at Hughes, and they went through it, and they did it the proper way, and it's good and strong now. It's not going to happen like that again.
Yeah.
And whenever he tore the transmission down, Braven rebuilt it himself. He replaced all the replaceable parts for the most part.
All just the consumable parts. It was
just everything in there was good, and everything in there was ballin'.
Yeah, it had a bunch of ballin' parts in it for sure.
Yeah, so the transmission in the Yukon currently has more aftermarket billet parts in it than the one that Braven built at Hughes for his Silverado, which is crazy.
Right.
Like, Braven did kind of a mild build on the Silverado, of course, but still, like, dude, this thing has a baller-ass transmission in it already. You didn't even have to do anything but replace all the consumables. That's sick.
It was sick. Yeah, definitely worth it.
So how much would you say that transmission's worth? Like, if somebody had to buy that transmission built with all those parts and everything that's in it, how much would you say somebody's coming out of pocket for that transmission? And hell, that converter too, because that's a pretty baller converter.
I don't even know the price on top of my head. I don't want to just throw out numbers, but realistically, it's probably a good, like, the converter itself is probably, because it's a triple disc lockup billet series converter. It's a 9-inch, so it's a smaller diameter converter.
Better for the higher RPMs.
Better for higher RPMs.
To build RPMs faster.
Exactly. So, I mean, realistically, you're probably like, that converter's probably in the range of like 16 to 1900.
Yeah.
Just the converter.
And that transmission's probably 8 to 10 grand.
And it wouldn't, that was his that much. It's like probably
it's
like.
not that much?
No, it's like 7. It's like
7? Oh, okay. Well, it's still a pretty baller.
Yeah, it's a ball.
For a 4L65, you know.
For a 4L65.
So the future plan, obviously, Braven wants to put a 4L80 in this thing, but for now, he has a pretty decent, beefy little setup in that 4L65, in which he just got done putting about 4 quarts in, and now it's time to go ahead and start the thing up. Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
you hear this thing straight header? Dude, oh my God.
It's loud.
Yeah.
I already know it is.
It's been a fat minute. So even whenever we started this thing on the trailer, it had a full exhaust and it had factory log manifolds on it. Whenever we had Chawp before, this thing never sounded as good as it did as whenever it had long tube headers. So now that it has long tube headers back on it, and it's straight headers, so it's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah, this thing's gonna be nutty. Go ahead, fire in the hole. We're gonna be coming to the back like there's even an exhaust system right now. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Bro. Why does this thing chop so much, bro?
I don't know. It's the ported heads, man.
What the hell? Jesus Christ! Alright, he's gotta let it warm up and get a bunch more of this stuff inside of there. And then I don't know, we're probably gonna get it off the blocks. Take it for a drive. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
The headers are going through the heat cycle. That's why it's smoking.
Yeah. Jesus.
Officially chopping it.
That's how the Egyptians did it. Oh, floppy pole.
Try to do a fast thing, man. This thing's fucking too low to the ground.
Cheese and rice.
Alright, now she has an aggressive look to her again.
Alright, it is test drive time. See how this thing does, man. With the brand new Bravus built transmission.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I got bets on this, so.
He does need a new battery. It seems the battery is kind of crapped out on him, so to get it started, you need to use the jump pack.
Jump pack on?
Yeah. You let the jump pack get low, huh? Try it again and move the ground. Storage unit. I love how this thing does the tilty mirrors. Yeah, whenever you put it in reverse.
And the blinkers?
Yeah, the little blinky mirrors. I hope my Yukon out there has all that. It'd be so sick to try to incorporate that into the C10. I do have this, the AC controls, but past the guy's house. The one that put the hole in the fender. That wasn't it. Okay, maybe it was. So just taking it around the block, letting the transmission fluid kind of warm up and flow through it. You know, gonna stop back at the house right now and check the fluid. Make sure it's 100% topped off. Where's it at? A little low?
Well, the dipstick's broken, so it wasn't on the dipstick. So.
What the hell?
It's like broken on where the hole was supposed to be.
Oh, so you gotta pour it till it just touches.
So it just touched.
Oh, shit. Oh yeah, it's got a nice heavy pull to it.
Yeah, she's heavy for sure.
It feels substantial.
Having open headers is definitely not its case.
Right.
It just sounds like it's not going nowhere.
So that's that converter. That's the reason why the RPM flares up so high.
Yeah. I already want to stall up the converter.
Oh.
So you need the turbo or something.
A turbo would be dope. Yeah. Bro, can you imagine this thing with launch control? Like a two-step?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell, a trans brake.
That's why
All-wheel drive.
That's why I want to go for a lady.
God.
If I go for a lady, then I'll put a trans brake on this thing, and this thing's a launching freaking bad out of hell.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
like 456 gears in it. Like, she feels good. I won't beat on her too much right now. Let her have her braking process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed you, girl.
Turn it back on. Now I can hear that.
I want to be on a
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that torque converter sounds like it's lighter than my clutch.
Really?
It sounds like it's lighter than my clutch setup, like my flywheel and everything.
The way it flashes.
Yeah, it
The
just
converter's small.
you know, like
Converter's small.
I don't think the Blazer flashes up that fast.
But we're gonna put you in an 8-inch converter. What are you talking about? It's smaller than that.
Is it?
Non-lockup, which is even lighter because it doesn't have a lockup here.
Well, there it is, man. Chawp is up and running. It's nowhere near done. He needs to break it in. He's not gonna beat on it this time. Well, who am I kidding? Braven's gonna drive the absolute freaking hell out of this thing, just like I would. I drive the hell out of everything I own, bro. What can I say? But yeah, it definitely needs the rest of the exhaust system finished up. Got to run the exhaust, you know. Because right now it's just open header and it's obnoxious. And I have a headache right now from the out of the garage video. We were out in the sun all day. I was sunburned. So I guess my body's telling me I'm dehydrated.
I guess.
But yeah, up next for this thing is definitely finishing the exhaust up and all that stuff. But up next for this video, boy, we got to go and pick something up. Something that got dropped off like a week ago. And I think it's ready.
Yeah, it's ready. We're going first thing in the morning, so we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, dude.
First
And
thing
it's
in the
freaking sick. Well, it is the next day, and we are back from picking Braven's truck up. Braven had to go and do some running around. I've been kind of waiting for him to get home so that we can actually show you guys the truck, but the sun is really low in the sky. It's about to be dark here soon, so I figured I may as well just come out here and show it to you guys before we end this video. But yeah, dude, the truck is back and it is now caged. So our next step, obviously, we need to get this thing into the booth while we have it lined up with the booth. I'm gonna have to, this is gonna be my first cage I've ever painted. So the guy that did all the fabrication work let us know that you can raise the cab. So we have to unbolt the cab and we'll be able to raise it up until the cab hits the pole right here. That'll probably make it a little bit easier for me to paint this thing. We just have the dash sitting here in here right now because it needs to be notched up here in order for it to go back in. But yeah, dude, we'll definitely bring you guys along for the entire thing. But the cage came out really nice, man. Came out really good. And he's got bars up here in the front that in the future he's going to be able to basically use this as a mounting point whenever he wants to do like a coilover conversion and get rid of this so he can get some more travel out of the front of the truck. So he still has to go down and get this thing certified. I guess that's going to be like $250 or whatever to go get the certification done on it, but it should pass. Obviously the guy that did the work doesn't certify it himself. He gave us the contact information for a guy to go to. But yeah, it's got the front bar going across and then door bars, main hoop, and then he's also got the, I believe that's called the halo, I don't know. It's got the bar going across the top, and he put a diagonal bar in there so that Braven will have something to mount his parachute handle to. In the future, whenever he gets a parachute on the truck, he's gonna have the handle mounted up here, and then down bars come back. And yeah, we're also going to be fabricating a tonneau cover, an aluminum tonneau cover for this, because his ginormous fiberglass one over there isn't going to fit anymore. I mean, I'm sure we can cut it and stuff, but not only that, that thing is also really heavy. But yeah, once we get the tonneau cover built, then you won't be able to see the bend in the down bars. They'll just be coming straight down, and then the tonneau cover will go over and cut that off. But definitely came out sick, man. Braven is definitely stoked to have his truck back. And yeah, dude, now I gotta get in there and paint this damn thing. So I know he is kind of trying to decide right now as to what color he should paint the cage. By all means, if you guys want to throw recommendations in the comments down below, but he's trying to decide between the 3 colors. So there's white, obviously the truck is white, there's the bronze color that the frame is, and then there's the creamy color that we did some suspension parts. Now I don't think any one of the colors would look bad. I think all 3 of them would look really good in there, but Braven was kind of leaning towards doing white because as you know, if it ever gets scratches or whatever, he could use a simple spray can to kind of touch things up on it, which makes sense. But I don't know, man, if we do a good enough paint job on it, then I feel like we really shouldn't have to worry about it getting too scratched up, and put some kind of protective, you know, that clear vinyl over the areas where he's getting in and out and stuff. But put in the comments down below what it is you guys think would look best, either the creamy, the bronze color that the frame is. That is the bronze color for the frame, and then you guys already know the creamy color. That's his Caltrac bars right there, and the whole rear end is also the creamy color. I personally think the dark bronze would look really good in there, but it is what it is. Final decision, of course, is going to be his, but like I said, throw it in the comments down below what it is you guys think. I'm sure he wouldn't mind to go through the comments and hear your guys' opinions. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's definitely a lot more work on the Colorado to come, and on Chawp. Chawp still needs the full exhaust system and stuff. Braven basically plans on using that as his daily, but I do think that we need to put a paint job on that thing too. So anyhow, I'm gonna end it here. Peace.